Welcome again in this tutorial, and at this point in time we're going to be diving into, we promised that we're going to look at layouts and many other stuff, but today in Android development we say we're going to look at the types and various of them, but today we're going to be looking at the coordinated layout, linear layout, frame layout, relative layout, constraint layout, and there are many more layouts that are there, but for now we're just going to focus on these ones, because they're going to be the core. There you're going to be seeing these more oftenly in your Android development career. So the coordinated layout is more like a sticky layout. You just put your files in a coordinated manner one after the other. Maybe you want to put some up bar layouts at the top, and then a floating action bar at the top, but it's going to be in a certain sequence, following the sequence of what you are building, the views you're going to be inputting there. On that note, I thought we should define also what a view and a view group is. So when you see these terms like view group, you should know that a view group is actually the base class of any type of layer. So all these layers are derived from the view group, that is the base layer. So views are actually those items that you're going to present to the user, that they're going to interact with, that they're going to see on screen like a button or etc. text view. So we move on to the linear layout. It actually lays its elements as views in a linear manner, just like straight, as the word say, linear manner, in a linear manner, so that just like one after the other. But you can as well just mind the orientation of where the elements are moving from start to end. And then we talk about the frame layout. This is a single carrying layout. This is a single child element layout. This layout is going to be carrying only one element thing, and you will see this when we deal with more of like fragments. This will be helpful. So this is a one child element, the frame layout. So we look again at the relative layout. Even as we grow, the relative layout here is determined to position your elements relatively. So one element is relating to the other element. So it's like maybe you have a view button at the other end and another text view at the end. They will be aligned relative to each other, but we'll see of course these things in action as we do it. And we're gonna see also the constraint layout. The constraint layout, this is a new invention and a very good layout you should use, and it is more efficient in everything, the overhead and everything. It is not hard on the resources, of your application. It is a simple constraint layout to use, a layout that is efficient, and I would advise you to use this one. So we're just going to look at the other layouts just for your know-how, but we're going to main focus on the constraint layout because it is the best practice as of now. So we're going to start off with the best practice rather than doing something that we know we might not need to use in the later. But of course these layers are important. I'm not saying they're not important, they are important. That's why we're going to be talking about them. So you can use any of these layouts inside of the other. So you can put a relative layout inside of the constraint layout, but when you make your best layout as constraint layout, it makes it more easier to interact with other views. So we're gonna look at this layout in the next tutorial and how you can go around them. But for now, determined by the structure of how we're moving with our lectures, I think we're going to be looking at the linear layout, relative layout, and constraint layout, and we move on straightly continuously with the constraint layout. But for the coordinated layout, the frame layout, I'm going to take you through this when we talk about up bars and stuff. So please, and as well as fragments within the frame layout. So please hold on, don't say I neglected these tools, but we'll see them through as we go on and grow. So we're just going to start off with what works for us in this fundamental tutorial. And thank you for listening and tuning in. I'll see you in the next tutorial, and thank you again.